How's it going, everybody? This is that second video I was talking about putting out today, and I figured I'd just do something a little different than what I usually do. You know, I guess I try to keep up with mainstream stuff that the other content creators are putting out, but let's try something different on. I want to show you my Doom Tower teams, actually. So I want to actually show you this Doom Tower team as we get started. We'll do the hardest teams, right, or the hardest bosses, and we'll show you the teams for them. So this is my team for farming Magma Dragon, all right, and they do it pretty fast. Yeah, we'll just use one key, and then I'll show you the stats afterwards. And this team has no setup. There is no presets or anything. I just have, you know, the Magma Dragon is either going to be Force or Magic Affinity, so you can just run Husks. You could probably run a whole team of Husks, to be honest, and just set it up so they either do their A3 or their A1 and just make them not do their A2. Which, if you're doing Hydra and you're farming Hydra, you should probably have an entire team of Husks. You know what I mean? You should at least have 6 Husks, 2 for each team that you're running. And then, yes, I have mine with over 300 accuracy, around 350 accuracy, and they're over 200 speed, and they have a ton of HP. And that's all they need. Now, we might not be able to get another provoke off here, which is fine. We'll survive. Oh, got the next provoke off, see? Boom. And then the Husks, they heal themselves and they attack the dragon, thanks to Nekmothar and his leech. Sadly, the brimstone that we have won't proc because the dragon will only... Oh, never mind, here we go. Boom! And it doesn't even do that much damage. We're looking at probably about a 2-minute run here. I will farm this set, this boss, if I don't farm, like on my first rotation. I do farm this one. I don't farm Scarab. I don't farm I think Scarab's the only other good one on the first rotation, so I don't farm that. But yeah, I'll farm this, and we'll just take a look at those right here. That one's in the vault. Okay, where are you? Up here with a blessing. There he is, my number 2. Okay. So we have Nekmothar. He's in Relentless. He's very fast with decent accuracy. He has resistance, but he doesn't need it. 256 speed, almost 100% crit rate, 104% crit damage. And for that boss, you're going to want over 300 accuracy, which should land you your stuff. Okay, right there, because I only use Nekmothar for PvE, which really he is a PvE champion, and I have him in one counterattack piece. I did have him in like a bunch of counterattack sets, which is really nice if you have Brimstone on him and everything. Because of his A1, because it'll put decreased attack out. Nekmothar is amazing, and I've never regretted going for him for a guaranteed champ. He's on my Nightmare Hydra team. He's a staple. Next one we had was Lydia. This is my Lydia. I have her in Perception and a Resilience set. Resilience doesn't get a lot of love, but it is like a throw-in set that I use quite often. She's very fast, 285. She has great HP, great defense. I don't have her on crit rate, and this is just incidental crit damage here. She has 448 resistance and 322 accuracy. I do want to kick that accuracy up a little bit. I'll probably re-gear her at some point. Because I do use her when my Doom Tower runs. So, yeah. She's an amazing champ. Look at that. Look at that. Right there. That's how you grade an amazing champ right there. Alright. I didn't even notice that she's got these red lines in her face. Oh, that's interesting. Alright. So, enough gawking at that. Let's look at my Septimus that I use for the lead, because he brings an increased attack damage, but, you know, Husks use HP. That's fine. I have him built in a lethal set, and 2 throw-in pieces here. I have him at 178 speed, 99% crit rate. I do wish I had him up to 100%, but I run him in dungeon content, so I have him on refresh accessories because I constantly want him to keep using his 82, right? Now you could actually put him in a reflex set because he's only got 2 abilities with refresh gear. He'd still do a lot of damage. And I have him down here at Flawless Executioner. Okay. And then let's look at my husks. They're both built very similar, but I'll show you both of them. This one has a 2-star blessing on it, which really doesn't matter much. I have them in Relentless. Okay. 50,000 HP isn't amazing, but it's good enough. I'm sorry, 223 speed on this guy, 100% crit rate, 250% crit damage, and 330 accuracy. That's all you need on these guys. Fully booked, has cruelty, and these are their masters. Okay. Let's go down to the other one. Here you go. That's my number 3. Why is my number 2 after my number 3? I wonder if it's like date of acquisition for the champion. Probably. And again, this guy's actually in Perception and Relentless, just to try and get him up to that mark. He's a little short on the accuracy. I do want him around 330. He is at 99% crit rate, but he has way more HP than my other guy. He's got, what, 79,000? 75,000? But yeah, this is what you really want to do with your husks when you're building them for Hydra, when you're building them for really for any boss. Because the damage that they can do is capped at a certain point. So just give them to 100% crit rate, get them as much health as they need, get them over 300 and some odd accuracy, and get them over 200 speed and just turn them loose. Okay. Enough crit damage in there too, if you can. But like I said, when you run a Nightmare Hydra, the damage is capped. So both of my husks do the same amount of damage actually. Let's see. So that's it for the dragon. Let's jump back into another one here in a minute. Alright, and we're back. Now I'm actually going to show you a team again, another one which honestly, in this rotation, this should be the team you're farming. Really, you don't need to farm Eternal Dragon, it takes too long. And the gear really isn't worth it. Nether Spider for me takes too long, and I just don't care to make the team faster. Not worth it. That gear really needs to be upgraded in some way. But yeah, here we go with Celestial Griffin. Alright, as you can see, this is floor 100, strongest Griffin you can fight. This is my team. Alright, now I know you're like, oh my god, look, you got Chris, and you got Trunda, but I also have essentially 3 free to play legendaries, especially Drexar. You can honestly, I used to do this with Drexar and Skyle of the Drakes, or Still of the Drakes, I'm pretty sure it's Skyle of the Drakes. And like 3 other throw-ins that did damage, because this is a DPS race for this boss. But you could literally just do that, and it's amazing. There's a guy that doesn't make content anymore, and I really do miss him because he did all free-to-play content. And I watched his videos extensively to figure out how to get through Doom Tower. I didn't beat Doom Tower the first time. I beat it the next rotation. Alright? So I can't beat it with the Cool Kids Club. I got up to like the last boss, like the last Frost Spider dungeon. I couldn't beat it. I just didn't have enough accuracy on the account. But with this team, it's a DPS race, right? So, and this is not a prefab team or anything. This is just a nothing team. Okay? So we have Drexar lead to give us increased accuracy. We have Frisk here, who's going to be the guy that's going to mitigate a lot of damage. Same thing with Brogni. We have Ninja, who's going to be the main damage dealer, and he's going to proc a bunch of HP burn, which is going to get placed on by him and by Drexar. And then we have Trunda here, who I love my Trunda, and you know, honestly, let's take her out and let's put my Baron in, because I think my Baron's going to do a better job, actually, because I re-geared him. So well, let's compare. Let's run 2 of them and let's compare. And like I said, these guys don't have any presets. They're just plain Jane AI. Smoke them if you got. Look at that, Baron. Baron just does not give a fuck. I love Baron so much. I booked him out over a year ago, and I was like, fuck it, because I had to have a champion to book for CVC, and I was like, all right, fuck it. I'm booking Baron. And I remember all my clanmates like, why did you do that? He's so shit. And I said, I know. And I just used him in Faction Wars, and I didn't regret it. And I had him in like a bunch of different pieces of gear, like some throwaway gear. Last week, you know, I was watching a bunch of Scratch's videos, and Scratch is like, oh, blah, 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 whatever he mumbles on about, but you know, he goes on, he says, you know, Baron is like one of the like top 2 or 3 damage dealers in the game for Arena. I said, fuck it, I will turn Baron into my new nuker, and I put him in, I think I put him in lethal, and yeah, he just smackaroos. Got all that transferred back onto us. That does suck, but that's fine. Oh, he's gonna die. Yeah, I think my Trunda has more health, and my Trunda is magic affinity, so she gets weak hits. Boom. Yeah. Baron has to come in here with Sky Piercer. I want to see how much that does. Come on. Oh, it's not gonna do a lot of damage. Yeah, we're already coming close on time that... Yeah, Baron missed another turn. That kind of sucks. But yeah, this is the boss I farm here. And I just have a metric shit ton of this material. 93k, but didn't he have decreased attack on? Yeah, so it wasn't amazing. Trunda does more damage. Yeah, 149. Alright, here, let's swap him out. Take a look at my Trundar. And she's not in as good of a gear as my Baron. This Pixel threw me off because when my ninja freezes the entire team, she like takes it and throws it back. And I'm like, oh man, that's cool. When did she start doing that? And it's after she got buffed the second time, I think. But it still didn't matter. Yeah, here we go. Here we go. Okay. Chris does his thing. Rodney does his thing. And actually, I do want to show you something on RSL Helper that will be a big help to you guys. Because RSL Helper is nice that that the game data for resistance and accuracy, health and defense, speed and all that, really it's speed, resistance, and accuracy are the 3 big things that matter for bosses. And that's all been data mined for everything in the game, so we have all that information ready to us. But RSL Helper actually puts that into your RSL Helper, so if you click on that level before you hit start, it'll show you what all those stats are on that boss, so that tells you exactly what you're going to need. Our fastest time was like 122 on this when I was farming it. And that's just ninja procking a whole bunch, because he just hail burn, yeah. Boom. And this is why Drexler is so dang good. This is even faster than the Baron one. This is why Drexler is so good though, because he he just puts that, him and Krisk are the same in this setup. Krisk is gonna put on decreased defense and decreased attack, and Drexler puts on HP burn, and that keeps that continuous damage up. I'm gonna tell you right now, Drexler is a key staple in any Celestial Griffin team. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Unless you are a bonkers Kraken and you have everybody known to man, like you have a Theodore, the Spot, or whatever, even then you're gonna want Drexler, because Theodore, I think he procs HP burn, if I remember right. But there you are. So let me just kind of show this here. Click on that, get out of it, see if it'll pop up. Yep. Next wave, next wave. There we are. Perfect. Yeah. Let me get this up on camera here. So we'll do web page. Okay. So can you guys see this? Let me move my big dumb head out of the way. The Griffin has 250 accuracy, and it tells you what resistance you need here, right? That thanks to Farbstoff for putting that in. Is there a way I can like do that? Nope. Here, let me back out. Oh, this is the only thing I don't like about it. So you're gonna have to click out, right? Click out of that, click back into this, and it's gonna bring back, see how these guys, these are in the waves. So you just have to go, no, no, there you go. So its resistance is 330, so it tells you you need 355 accuracy or more, and then its accuracy is 250, so the resistance you need to farm the Griffin, or to get past the Griffin, is 384 resistance, right? And the speed on the Griffin is 250. right? That tells you need to be 251. That's it. You know, if you want your guys to go before the Griffin, which is pretty cool. All right, so that's it for Griffin. I'll actually just jump back and show you Magma Dragon too. Let's see, is this, yeah, this is big Magma Dragon, right? Let's go past these guys. So again, Magma Dragon, it is the same requirements, okay? Exact same resistance and accuracy, but he's a lot slower at 175. And Dragon is a joke, right? Really is a joke just to farm. I used to run Molly and Chris to farm the Dragon, but then I realized after I geared up all these husks, I'm like, I can just use husks and then Nekmothar, you know, and then I throw Septimus in there for giggles. But that is it for that, and let's go to the next boss. Sorry about that, I forgot I didn't show you guys the team build for that. So this is my ninja. He's in Relentless and Perception. I used to use him a lot in Hydra, but I just really use him. I just use him now in Doom Tower and other boss content. So his speed is 236. His attack is like 4.4, which is whatever. He can have a lot of attack or really none at all because you're using him for the HP burn procs. He's at 367 accuracy, so he has more than enough accuracy. And I do have him on one piece of refresh gear, and it is a 5-star. He is second awakened here. Or, yeah, it's awakened. Which gives him about 5,000 more HP, which is really good for Brimstone here. I'll give him more accuracy and more speed. Yeah, I hope Raid reverses this on Brimstone because it didn't do anything but help players and it didn't hinder the developers. I don't understand where this is gonna be a small tangent, but polymorph needs to be fucking dealt with. Especially after they're like, hey look, we're gonna do live arena. Yeah, fuck that noise. I'm not gonna watch however long arena matches where you got live arena and you're picking and choosing and banning each other's characters and then everybody's got fucking polymorph on. Yeah, fucking great idea. That's going to be entertaining to watch. Sorry. So then here we go. This is his masteries. And yeah, I have him going down to War Master. Because his A1 and his A2, you know, his A1 hits one time, his A2 hits one time. His A3 is the only one that hits 3 times. So it's not enough to warrant a Giant Slayer proc. You're going to do more damage over time with this War Master proc. Just heads up. Next is my Krisk. This is my number 1 Krisk. Yes, I'm fortunate enough to have 2. I have him in Protection, and I have him in Perception. I don't have him in a Stone Skin, obviously. It shows it, but I only have 1 piece on there. My Krisk is fast at 261. He's got over 500 resistance, and that's because I use him in Hydra. And he has over 410 accuracy, again, because I use him in Hydra. 71,000 HP, 3,600 defense. He doesn't need attack. He's a defense champion. All of his abilities do damage based on defense. And if you're curious, yes, Chris does do a lot of damage, especially on this A2. It's max. And these are his masteries, because I needed the extra resistance when I fought Hydra, so he doesn't have any more master procs. There you go. And then we'll go, and he's got a 1-star blessing for Brimstone, right? And then we'll go to my Brogna. Where's Brogna? There he is. This is my Brogni. You can tell he's in kind of mismatch gear. I've actually taken gear off and put him on other people. But all around, he stays the same. I want him to have accuracy. I want him to have a bit of resistance. And I want him to be fast. And I want him to be tanky. He's just a great support. When he came out, he's still probably considered the best fusion we've ever done. Bar none. I know Python's amazing. And Nishak is an amazing champion too. But my Brogni, I fused him and then I pulled 2 more. I could +2 my Brogni, but I won't because I need him for the Dwarfs faction. But here he is. He's in speed with perception and 2 off pieces here. 244 speed. You want your Brogni to be 100% crit rate or close to, because when he does his reflect damage off his shield, it's going to do a lot of damage, right? Especially when you have War Master on him. It all matters. That's why Brogni's in the Infinity team, right? So 363 resistance, 417 accuracy, good enough. 57k HP, 3.2k defense. And this is his thing. Read out. This 25% damage back, and then you put him in War Master. Or Giant Slayer. I'm in Giant Slayer. Probably should be War Master though. But there you go. And then he has no blessing. I love Brogni. Brogni's amazing. Let's look at my Trundar. As you can see, she's not in very good savage gear. The savage gear is rare, right? I have one piece of like purple savage gear on her, and then I just have a, you know, a little 2-piece. So, I mean, look at this. These boots aren't even very good at all. Speed with crit damage and 1 rolling to attack. These are her stats. 174, again, 99% crit rate. I know, blasphemy on me. 261 crit damage, 5.4k attack. You don't want her with accuracy, especially if you're running her for arena, because you don't want her to land her stun on her A3 or driven, because she does extra damage. And then I have her in Helm Smasher, because she's built for arena. Okay, so let's see. That was her. Oh yeah, my Drexar. And I won't show Drexar in the next one for the Nether Spider, because I use him there as well. This is Drexar. As you can see, he's still got a 5-star ring on. He's got rare stuff on, and he's in lifesteal gear, right? The big thing about Drexar is you want to have him with high resistance, and you want to have him with high accuracy. And that's why I put him as lead. Actually, if you put Drexar as lead, it relieves a lot of stress on you to try and make up for accuracy, because he's going to give himself, what is it, 70 accuracy? Yeah, 70 accuracy right off the bat in all battles. So that's why my Drexar at 300 effective, like 307 effective accuracy. When he's in the lead, he has 377, and he's perfect for all, almost all Doom Tower bosses except for Frost Spider, because that one's got a crazy high accuracy requirement. But there you are. And by the way, he's not booked. Not a single book into him. One day I will book Drexar, because he's deserving of books. He actually does even better when he has books on him. Yeah, for his Fiery Blood chance. And for his Provoke, I think, right? 40, 50. Yeah, it's a 60% chance to provoke. Yeah. And then this is him here, all the way down to War Master. But he hits 3 times, doesn't he? Oh my god, I am just the dumbest creature. I'm really showing my ass right now. I should have him going over to Giant Slayer and not War Master. But yeah, there you go. There's my Drexar. As you can see, he's 235 speed, 3.6k defense, 45k HP, 400 resistance, and, you know, effectively 377 accuracy. Drexar is amazing. Don't sleep on him. Buy him from the Tag Team Arena shop. He's worth it. I've pulled a couple of him, actually. So that's it for my team. So we'll go into Nether Spider here in just a sec. Alright, everybody, welcome back. And again, this is the Nether Spider team. I just have the stats pulled up real quick for the Nether Spider. So it's a little bit different. So you need 384 resistance for this spider, because he has 250. And he has 330 resistance, so you're going to need 355 accuracy. That stayed the same. The resistance is a bit different. And he's 250 speed, which is the same as the Griffin. This boss is a bastard. My recommendation, and I have a rare recommendation that you're going to love. If you have a Reliquary Tender, bring a Reliquary Tender. Okay? It's going to help you out a shit ton. And you can actually, I'll probably switch this here. So we really don't need 60 resistance. Trying to think if I need it or not. I mean, that's how it was set up before. Yeah, let's just do that. So this is my team, right? I have Brogni, I have Drexar, I have Skill of the Drakes, I have Mausoleum Mage. He was actually my first epic. I love him. And I have Aox the Rememberer. I love Aox the Rememberer. He is the shit. Okay? I'll just do this now. I'll just show you the team now. So you already know Brogni. You already know Drexar. Let me show you my Skill of the Drakes. Okay. So her thing is, you need a lot of resistance. You really don't need accuracy on her. And you need her over 200 speed, but you want her in Relentless gear. You want her to take as many turns as possible. Why is that? I hear you bark. Okay? It's her passive. Heals all allies by 10% of their max HP at the start of each turn, and then also gives a random ally increased speed, big one, for 2 turns. She's a login champion. Do not sleep on Skill of the Drakes. She is great. I actually wish I had the Lavaborn skin, or this one would have been cool too. But, yeah, she's great. And as you can see, I only ever booked out for her Phoenix Right. I didn't care to book her out for her Windbeat Fury, because I don't care that she lands a stun. I do kind of want this booked out, you know, to put the decreased speed up to a 50% chance when she attacks. It's not a big deal. And as you can see, again, I have her in resilience piece. I use resilience a lot as my filler set that I put on people. Let's look at her stats here. 206 speed. That is as fast as I could get her with as much resistance and accuracy that I could get. You want her to have enough resistance to resist the spider, and she's a defense champion, so you want her to have a lot of defense. She's at 4.4k defense. And I have her on War Master. And she is on Cycle of Revenge and Deterrence. She is all around one of the best supports in the game, especially as free to play. You just get her for logging in. Yeah. Her job is to take as many turns as she can and heal the entire team. Now, if you don't have Syl yet, and you have a Vrask can take the same thing, and you do the same thing. You give him a bunch of resistance, make him 100% crit rate. Excuse me, boy, a lot of burps. 100% crit rate, you make him fast, which I believe my Vrask is already out, and he's built up for this as a epic option. Here you go. Yeah, this is my Vrask. 100% crit rate. He doesn't have the resistance. He's got a little bit of speed, but he's got a ton of HP because he essentially does the same thing. Whenever he crits, he heals everybody by 10% of his max HP. So I'm usually getting about 9,000 heals every time. Okay, he's not as good as Syl, but he is an epic option if you do so want to use him. Probably, I think this Nether Spider though, yeah, it's magic affinity, so you're not going to crit very much. So probably not on this one. But here's my Syl of the Drakes. We had my Mausoleum Mage. Here's my boy. Mazo Mage is great. He has one ability that requires accuracy. It's his A1 that puts decreased speed, but you don't care about that, right? You want him decently fast, you want him decently tanky, and you want him with resistance. And that's because his only job is to cleanse, right? And then he also puts up Might of the Undeath, which he gives increased crit rate, increased defense, and block debuffs. And this is his A1 Soul Manacles. This is when he puts decreased speed on with a 50% chance. Is what it is. I also have him with this Blessing, which gives him another 300 defense. He also has down here into War Master again, but he's built out as a support because that's obviously what he is. Speed and resistance are the sets I have on him. And this, I see I got a broken piece here. I did have another resistance piece here at one time that was from the resistance set with the resistance main stat. I ended up giving it to somebody else to make the other team more optimized, but he works just as well. Like I said, I love Mazo Mage, and you should too. And for the last one is my Aerox the Rememberer. I have very few champions actually built in stalwart gear, but the ones that are, they do very well. My Aeox is multi-built. He's multifaceted because I want him to be an ice golem. I want him to do dragon trial runs when they're like lizard man only or epics only. Stuff like that. And his, darn it, his artifacts aren't even rolled all the way up. Let me just do that real quick. There we go. Hey, look at that. We got that one. Just to give him a little bit more HP. But as you can see, I have him in Perception and Stalwart gear. His accuracy is needed right there, 345. He's over 200 speed, 3.2k defense, and 52k HP. He's amazing because you're going to put a lot of debuffs on this boss. It's going to be HP burn, it's going to be poison, it's going to be decreased speed, all that fun stuff. And it's because this one right here attacks one enemy, heals all allies by 10% of their max HP, and then heals them an extra 2.5% for each debuff on the target. And he also brings in decreased attack, decreased crit rate, which is amazing against this spider. And he also has Steward of Time. Increases the duration of 2 random debuffs on the attacker by 1 turn when attacked. Occurs once per hit. Okay? And then attacks one enemy 2 times. Each hit has a 10% chance of placing 5% poison. So it's 30% chance. And he brings an increase accuracy for Doom Tower. And I have him with Carapace. It's nothing crazy. Yeah. I probably should change that to something else, but actually, I am going to change that right now. The champion will receive less damage when under stun, freeze, sleep, fear, true fear, and petrification debuffs. Yeah, let's change that. Maybe Dark Resolve? Nope. Sorry guys, I feel like I'm taking up a lot of time here. Nope. Incinerate. Yeah, we'll do it another time. Maybe iron will. Yeah, I don't think that matters. But that's my axe to remember, and sorry for taking up so much time. Let's go to this one. This one actually will take a little bit of time, so I'll probably speed it up. Post-processing. We do take a little bit of time to get through these waves, because these guys are not damage dealers. They're there to sustain. To succeed on this boss is not to deal it a ton of damage, like in big bursts. It's to deal it over time. You want to put a lot of dots up. HP burn, poison, all that stuff. Drexar and Skill of the Drakes, those are your two main ones that you want to use in this. And then I would just fill it with a bunch of cleansers. Now, there's a rare option for you, that, and she's an amazing option. It's a Reliquary Tender. She's a void rare. She's great for this fight. Yep, that was going to happen. Trying to think of who I could use that would be a force affinity single target nuker. Probably Brachus the Shifter that could help us get through this. The AI is actually smart on this boss too. It knows not to use AoE abilities when you get to the boss. It's kind of crazy. I think each wave takes about a minute, and then when we get to the boss, it's just, you know, touch and go. My original team had Reliquary Tender, Skull of the Drakes, Drexar, Mazo Mage, and I'm trying to remember who I think it was Brogni, was my lead guy. Okay. So if you don't know how this boss works, this boss heals off the baby spider's counterattack. Okay. Boom. There we go. There's the cleanse. You'll love to see it. HP burn, decreased attack, decreased crit rate, and decreased speed on the boss. This is amazing and essential. There's Brogni putting up his reflect damage buff. Or, well, reflect damage buff. He passively does reflect damage, but you understand what I'm saying. Okay? Your champions will not do AoE attacks on this boss. That's one of the great things about their AI. Boom. And this is all you do. You just wait it out, boy. Actually, I think I had Mordecai on this team to begin with, too. Because he's Force Affinity, HP Burn, and Turn Meter Manipulation. And you will come and run into the fact where these little baby spiders, they kill themselves off reflect damage from Brogni and from HP Burn from Drexar. Aox is essential to this too because he brings up decreased stack, decreased crit rate, and he puts it on everybody, baby spiders and big spider. Used to be back in the day, before when this first came out, there was a way to cheese this boss. You ran in here with a bunch of turn meter manipulators because the baby spiders didn't spawn right away. If you were faster than the boss, you could make sure the boss never took a turn, just kill it, right? And you would just sustain through that. But Plarium didn't like that the community found out how to cheat this boss, so they made the boss spawn with the spiders, which, I mean, is thematically pretty correct, right? You assume that would happen. Boom. Look at all that big chunk of damage right there, especially from the HP burn. So, that champion that you get with the Plarium play points, Saoirse, or Sorsha, or whatever, Searsha, you know, Seer. She's going to be perfect for this boss. She has Force Affinity, HP Burn, and she procs HP Burn when she's attacked. So she's like the opposite of Ninja. Instead of him attacking and proccing HP Burn, when Searsha gets attacked, she procs it back. And that is essentially, you're going to use her just... I bet you could probably solo this boss with her HP regen. Yeah, I bet you could. Or two-man it. The boss does do a ton of damage. So, as you can see, our Brogni is taking a beating right now because the boss didn't have decreased attack there. So I'm going to stop this and I'll come back when the boss is dead. Alright, and we're back. Here we are closing in with Agrath. We're looking at about 6 minutes, 20 seconds. You can speed this run up. It does get a little dicey sometimes. You could swap Mausoleum Mage for Dark Kale. Dark Kale's A1 procs HP Burn and Poison. And Kale will never do his decreased attack, so you're going to want to keep Aox in there. You know, bada bing, bada boom. There you are. Okay. Now let's go up to the big bad. The last boss. So this is the Eternal Dragon. This boss... Okay, it's kind of a joke. This boss is. When you have Druxar and you have Krisk, the entire thing's a joke. But before I had Krisk, I had to run Rector Drath. Because Rector Drath brought in a lot of resistance, increased resistance when I didn't have it. And this boss dies a lot of the same way as the Nether Spider, where you're just doing HP burn. You're not doing a lot of damage. You can bring in somebody that's over 250 speed, like my Yumiko's are over 250 speed, and they have enough accuracy, they'll put this boss's abilities on cooldown. That's another tactic you can use. I don't farm this boss, so I just slug it out, and I just hit start and just let it go and come back after I have a sandwich or something. Alright? As you can see, the boss's resistance is 330, so your actual need to be 355 or higher. The boss's accuracy is 350, so that means your resistance needs to be 484 or higher. And he's 250 speed, so you need somebody at 251 if you want to do something to the boss, right? Let me just switch. For some reason, my FPS keeps switching back. I have no idea why that happens. The only two people you have not seen on here is going to be Rector Drath and Duchess. If you skip to this part of the video and you're like, why are you not talking about Vrask? I actually showed Vrask earlier, but I'll do it again. Just for peace of mind's sake, I guess. This is my Duchess. She's very fast. She's very tanky with high resistance. 3k, 66, 290, 637 resistance. She doesn't need accuracy. Okay, and she's in reaction because I use her in Arena, and I use her for Hydra. There you go. Got her down here for extra resistance. So she'll be fine. If you have a Duchess, this whole fight is just easy. Duchess and Drexar, and you'll be okay. Let's see. Rector Drath is right here. These are her masteries. Again, down to Unshakable. She has speed and some throw-on stuff. Again, you want her with high resistance, 262 speed. You can even put a little bit of crit rate on her to maybe speed it up a little bit. And you can put some accuracy on her because she does place decreased attack. But I mainly just use her for this boss and for faction moves. She has Miracle Heal. Because I was bringing her in for Hydra for destroyed HP. Okay. And then again, if you didn't see Vrask the last time, here's Vrask now. Okay. Stats. He's not very fast. He used to be a lot faster, but you really don't need him that fast. You just need him in Relentless and make him tanky with 100% crit rate. That's all you need. Here you are again. 4 mass still speed the run up. He's an Immortal and Relentless. Okay. I'll start it, and I'll see you at the end. Alright, and we're back here. So we got to the boss. Took us about 2.5 minutes to get through the waves, which is expected. Like, these aren't damage dealers. This is a team that has to sustain and outlast this battle of attrition. The AI is pretty good here. They will attack generally this mage minion that the Eternal Dragon has and forcing the Eternal Dragon to eat one of his shield guys, but, you know, it really doesn't matter in this strategy. The dragon will reset its cooldowns right here, right? And give him an extra turn, boom. If he eats one of these guys, he gets health back. It's okay, you're going to win. And I'm going to talk about a couple epic champions you can use to replace, one to replace Krisk, and one to replace, you can replace it with Duchess or Drexar or whatever. And I've talked about one already, and that is Mordecai. And the other one that you can replace with is actually not Durang. It's the other epic lizard man. He's very good. He's like old school epic good. But as you can see, this is just exactly how this whole thing goes. And you can actually swap out Rector Drath at this point if you have high enough stats and just put in Dark Kale and they'll speed everything up pretty quick. Alright, and sorry I forgot to, this is a late added. You can use Jarek to replace a lot of these, to replace Chris in a lot of these teams. A1 brings decreased attack. He gives ally protect, increased defense on a 4-turn cooldown. And this is the big thing. He brings continuous heal for 1 turn whenever an ally loses 20% of their max HP in 1 hit, which is going to happen a lot of the time with these bosses. Jarek is great. Alright, he's old school good. And then Mordecai is Sacred Order. And he's just an amazing champ all around. He's an HP burner with turn meter manipulation. Boom, boom. And again, those two champions, you want to build them with enough accuracy, enough resistance, and enough speed to compete with these bosses and make them tanky because they are supports. Right? That's it. Take care of yourselves. Jump into the last part. Bye. Alright guys, and we're back. And yeah, this is it. These are all my teams for this rotation of Doom Tower. If you have any questions, please put them in comments down below, or you can hit me up on my Facebook page. I guess I'll make a Twitter page just to be like everybody else. And yeah, that's it. Take care of yourselves. If you need help with an account takeover, you need me to do a gear cleansing, you need help overcoming something in the game, do not hesitate to, again, leave a comment down here. You can join my Discord. You can message me on Discord, and I'll get back to you as fast as I can. All right? Take care of yourselves. God bless. Goodbye.